I'm calling the Daly City Library Board of Trustees meeting to order on Tuesday, May 18th, 2023. May we stand and pledge allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay. So our next item on the agenda is the election of officers. I would entertain nominations for president. And hearing none, I would like to nominate Trustee Gary Pacheco for president. Is there a second?
I second.
Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, all of those in favor of Gary Pacheco, please say aye. Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Well, the ayes have it. Congratulations.
Wow, thank you. Wow, what an honor. Thank you.
And I will also entertain, do we need to go through the whole slate?
I had put the vice president down just because it hadn't rotated, but people can be reappointed.
Okay, well then we'll open nominations for vice president.
I'd like to nominate Dr. Bill Lex.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, all of those in favor of Bill Lex as vice president, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Are there any opposed? Please say nay. Well, the ayes have it, and I'm happy to continue in this role. Thank you. Having said that, Mr. President, the gavel, the center seat, actually, you can just stay there if you want.
Okay, good.
That'll be easier than fooling around. But it's all yours. And
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it. And thank you, everyone. Do I say a little speech now or no? Okay. Okay, so roll call, please.
All right. President Pacheco.
Present.
Vice President Lex.
Present.
Trustee Goodman.
Present.
And Trustee Logarta.
Present.
Thank you.
And now the approval of agenda.
I move that we approve the agenda with one modification, that is to carry forward, actually two modifications, to carry forward item 6 under trustees report to our next meeting, and to move item 5 under trustees report up under presentations, so that it would come at the beginning, sort of in the next order of business. Are there any, well, excuse me. So that's.
Okay, yeah, I'll adjust. I'm learning this. Okay, so approval of minutes.
You would ask for everyone in favor?
Oh, everyone in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Okay, approve. Now the regular meeting.
I move that we approve the minutes from the previous meeting.
Second. You want a second? Okay. I'll learn. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Okay, now we are under presentations, director's report for the Summer Learning Challenge.
If I may, per Dr. Lex's modification,
Sure.
we'll do item 5, the
Okay.
DCPLA. We have
Sure, no problem.
A special guest director, Clayton Koo, who is relatively newly joined the DCPLA, and he's going to talk about what they have been up to, all the wonderful things that
what they do for our libraries.
Welcome, Clayton.
Well, Clayton, I haven't seen you in a while. How you been?
How are you guys?
Good.
Just want to say good evening to the members of the Library Board of Trustees as well as city staff. My name is Clayton Koo, and I am currently a board member for the Daly City Public Library Associates, or DCPLA. Thanks for the opportunity for me to speak to you guys tonight. Just want to provide a couple updates on some of the activities that DCPLA has been doing over the past month, as well as moving forward into the future. So several weeks ago, on Thursday, April 27th, actually right here at City Hall, we announced the newest Daly City Youth Poet Laureate for 2023 and 2024. Her name is Olivia Veroy. She's a current 8th grade student at Hilldale School in Daly City. She loves to write poetry and short stories and has received recognition at her school for 2 of her short stories. We're excited to work with her this coming year. And we want to also thank her as well as all the students who applied for this position. Additionally, we also want to thank outgoing Daly City Youth Poet Laureate for 2022-2023, Chloe Chow, for her service representing Daly City for the past year. So we want to thank Chloe as well as congratulate Olivia and all the students there. Next is our next DCPLA event actually is in the fall. It's our 2nd annual Art and Lit Fest at Ceremony Center on Saturday, September 9th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's a free event showcasing local poets, authors, artists, musicians, and crafters, with all the funds raised from the event supporting DCPLA and ideally Daly City Libraries in the process. We're now looking for sponsors, vendors, artists, and authors to support the event. So if you all have any ideas of potential artists or people who get involved in the event, we'd greatly appreciate it. Also, please feel free to join us at the event too. And if you're interested in attending, you can email Victoria Magbalang, our executive director, at info@dcpla.org, and she can sort of find ways for you guys to also help out as well too. And if you or anybody else wants to learn more, you can learn more at dcpla.org/artfest. I also have some flyers here. I just wanted to share with the rest of the board as well too. And then lastly, we're also in the midst of our annual renewal drive for members. So currently, you can renew to be a member or become a new member for as little as $20 a year. All the proceeds support DCPLA and, once again, our libraries. So we invite the board and anybody in the community to become members if you are not yet already done so. You can also do that on the website at dcpla.org. And then lastly, just wanted to say thanks on behalf of the city as well as everybody in the community for their support last year alone. In 2022, DCPLA, through funds raised, was able to provide $36,000 in grants to fund a variety of programs and services for the ACA libraries. And then since we've launched in 2011, we provided more than $340,000 in grants and programs for services. So we just want to say thank you to the community as well as everybody in Daly City for their support over the years. So thank you.
Thank you, Clayton. Well, okay. Any questions for him?
questions?
Not a question exactly, but I want to thank you for coming tonight, for representing DCPLA, for all of the great work that everyone does, and for your personal engagement and leadership in civic activities within Daly City. We appreciate your being here and you're sharing your skills with DCPLA. That's why it's such a great organization. It's got people like you. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
And keep up the good work, okay, buddy?
Yeah, not totally related, but we have an opening at BPAC too, just reminding you, but thanks for coming here. I hope to be at the art fair.
What time is the Art and Lit Fest?
Oh, sure. It is 11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
11 to
And it's
3.
pretty much throughout the entire mall. So once you walk inside,
Okay,
there should be
okay.
in different quarters, different music, performers and such.
Thank you.
Just one other thing, not for Clayton, but for this agenda item, since we're always moving it forward, I recommend that we make a permanent change in the order of business and have the DCPLA report come at the head of presentations. Does that sound okay with everyone?
It's okay, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that works.
Chris.
Thank you.
That change starting on the next agenda.
Okay. So the next agenda will be the Summer Learning Challenge 2023.
Okay, so I am unexpectedly apprising you of what we've got planned for summer learning. So I just kind of have a summary. It's meant to be a sneak peek, a preview. There's still some final planning ongoing right now, but this is something, if any of you have not actually experienced the Summer Learning Challenge, it's an annual program that the library puts on. It's actually countywide. All of the library, well, all libraries everywhere do summer reading, but we do a summer learning, which is meant to really focus on the experiences that shape kids, not just the reading, but also the experiences. And so the basic outline of the program is the participants will enroll by just picking up a reading log and getting a free book of their choice, and that of their choice is a really important component of this. It's about encouraging children to read things that appeal to them and making it more of a personal thing instead of just assigned during school. And the goal is to keep them reading during the summer, which is something that's been shown to fight the summer learning loss that happens when kids are out of school and they're not actively doing anything academic. They can actually lose some of the gains that they've made in terms of reading during the previous year, and it just sets them back. It's something that can over time accumulate and leave kids really behind. And so this is meant to address that. So our youth services librarian will be going out to all the public schools in Daly City before they let out for the summer. So that's a lot. Daly
Well,
City
that's
has a lot of schools.
wow, summer vacation already.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's coming up.
It's coming fast.
And so so that's an opportunity for them to enroll, of course, at their school. They can also naturally come into any of the libraries and join. And then we'll also be at various places throughout the summer, any outreach, any events, things like that. For those who complete a log, they get another book for their home library to really, engage them in that reading process. And then also they're entered in a drawing for a $1,000 scholarship. And over the years, it's changed a little. We now have not one, but 4 scholarships to give away to Daly City's youth. So we're excited about that. And so hopefully that will motivate some. It's always such a, I like to be present when the winner comes in and they get a certificate. It's a beautiful thing. Very forward thinking. And then the other component of this program is, of course, the ongoing activities and events throughout the summer, which is something I know families really appreciate. They're looking for things to do to get out of the house. Every year we also engage performers or contract program providers. So this year she's got a great lineup. There's going to be 2 at each location, and they're kind of just scattered throughout the summer to try and keep the activity level even. So we're starting off June 21st when everyone's out of school with rhythmology, which is going to be at Ceremony, and it's, as it sounds, it's a percussionist. He specializes in these sorts of presentations to young people to really get them into into what percussion is all about. We have Puppet Art Theater, a perennial favorite, coming to Westlake on June 30th. Happy Birds. These are birds that are ostensibly happy, and they will perform for the children. So if you want to get up close and with real birds, July 10th at John Daly. When we do things at John Daly or, of course, Bayshore, we try and engage with the rest of the community center, and so as many people as possible can benefit from it. We have the Bay Area Discovery Museum coming again, and they're doing a thing called Bridge Builders. It's, of course, a STEM thing, and this is more of a interactive, hands-on thing. This is going to be at Westlake on the 21st of July. We have Wild Mind Science, which is animals, and really trying to help kids understand that even those animals that maybe aren't as cute and fuzzy still play an important role in the natural environment, and that's July 27th at Bayshore. We have Cello Joe, which is what it sounds like. He is a cellist, but he does a kind of a mashup of classical and hip hop. And I have not seen him, but I have heard very good things. And he's coming to John Daly August 1st. Magician Perry Yan is going to be back. He's always popular. August 10th at Bayshore. And finally, we're going to close out with a Magic Balloons and Bubbles end of summer celebration, which there's nothing quite as celebratory as balloons and bubbles in Gellert Park, unless, of course, it's a foggy day. But it won't be. It will be beautiful. And so that's August 16th at Saramonte, as I said, but it's actually out in the park. And then we kind of complement those with staff-led hands-on activities that get mixed into the schedule so that there's something going on each week at each of the locations. So things like making slime, which is a scientific process. We have a sewing thing planned this year. Some paper engineering, we're excited about that one, and there's gonna be painting, different things. We'll have a full schedule shortly, and I'll definitely send it out, and it will be posted on the library's website at www.dalycitylibrary.org. And then I know we had questions about this. We do have some teen volunteers lined up too, and they mainly just help with the programs, and it allows, because sometimes families come in at different times and allows them to catch up and get that kind of one-on-one help that they need, and also help setting up and closing down. So, and we are still accepting volunteers if anyone else is interested. And then, in addition to all that's going on, we also continue our regular programming. So we have our early literacy story times, our, pause for tales, all those sorts of regular things happen throughout the summer. So we're excited as usual, but it's a lot. So, as I said, we don't have a firm schedule yet, but when we do, I will definitely share that.
Okay, thank you. I look forward to that, yeah. Especially when you said what the animals in, and I want to see that. Okay. So, are we done with that one there? Okay, so now we've already done the report. We've done the report for the Daly City, or the DCPLA, which Clayton gave. So now we move on to the potential collaboration with Chamber of Commerce and DCPLA.
If I may, I believe that one was carried over to.
It was carried over?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. See, I'm not paying attention. Shame on me. Okay. Now we'll move on to Little Free Libraries. Was that moved on to? No.
We were gonna, I think, form a subcommittee to.
Right,
to
okay,
explore
yeah,
this,
okay.
And we did not do that at the last meeting.
Okay, so what do we?
I had sent out some information to the board, and I hope you had an opportunity to take a look at it. It's inchoate. It's an idea, and then it definitely needs development. I know it. I think I mentioned it came from a former library board member, so I don't know.
So okay,
How
so
you'd like to proceed.
yeah, how would everyone like to proceed with that?
Should we collaborate on the subcommittee for that?
Yeah, let's collaborate with this subcommittee. I agree.
Is there anyone who's interested in serving on the subcommittee? I don't know what your schedule's like, Rachel, but, it's a good way to get your, jump in.
Yeah,
and-
get your feet wet in.
Sure, I'll do it.
Good for you. What's this?
Gary, are you up for being the other member?
No, sure, why not? Let's do it.
All right.
Good man.
So, so two makes a subcommittee per the
There you
Brown
go.
Act. so
Okay.
Thank you very much. Well, I'll email to see if you
Yeah,
want
just
to meet
email.
at the library, yeah.
Right. Okay, so now we're done with that agenda, right? Okay, so now we move on to Better Money Habits for program for teens, and I turn this over to Angela.
Yes, I have some handouts for you all. I was kind of looking through the site and kind of, maybe I can, or maybe take one, take that entire packet and pass down.
Oh, okay.
One for you. And then one here.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Vice President.
So just wanted to kind of give you all a preview. There's so many different categories on the site. But when I think about like my own client base and the families that come in with their teenagers opening accounts, and even when I talk to my own daughter about what credit is and what bank accounts are, This is, these are just some really fun and informational handouts that would supplement what we would present. So one of them is 7 steps to stay financially fit. You know, as you can see, it goes into very simple steps like understanding your assets and liabilities, assessing goals, checking your credit report. So this would be kind of supplemental to a potential presentation or a presentation that we do with our youth. Like I said, I've done this presentation at Ben Franklin, and it was really about like budgeting and do you remember check? I know there's mobile banking now, but do you remember check registers?
Yes.
We did a check register assignment with the 8th graders, and you know, sometimes I don't know if the digital aspect of it is a blessing or a curse, but they could. They had a hard time. And so, you know, we go into that. We go into, you know, how that translates to your own mobile banking and being smart with mobile banking, and how to really use it as a tool to help with your finances. Even something as simple as, you know, this is the debit card, this is the account number that's on the debit card. Now, that's not the same account number that's going to be on your checking account, that's going to be on your savings account, right? This is the purpose of a checking is, you know, for your purchases. The purpose of a savings account is to save money. So I always, you know, I'm really passionate about this course. I really like it. So I think, you know, you all can check out the site. Like I said, it's part of Bank of America's Community Reinvestment Act, where we make resources available for patrons and non-patrons of the bank. So I think now we just really have to decide on a date. But I believe I proposed the first week of June at our last meeting. But I kind of looked at my schedule, and my daughter is actually graduating 8th grade that week. I know, it's so crazy. When I joined the board, she was just in starting middle school. Now she's graduating high school. So, so I do think it would be a good summer activity. What months work best for you all?
Trustee Legarto, I'm open to anything.
You're open? Okay. Let me look at my calendar. What about you, Vice President Lex? Are you doing any summer traveling?
Nothing extensive, but I was wondering what our role would be at this presentation, since we would not be the presenters.
Just maybe support. I don't like I said, you don't have to be because I checked. You don't have to be certified to join a presentation. It is available for somebody like myself who works, who works for the bank, but also maybe like is a part of a board or some type of club to present. So, I mean, just maybe just a support, or even just to introduce yourselves, kind of like the same premise as a meet and greet, where you all would be there to talk to patrons, maybe not about their finances, but.
Well, would you be the presenter for this, or would someone else from the bank be doing it?
I would love to have a somebody from like a banker do it, one of my bankers, to get some exposure outside of the bank. I think it would be fun for them. Obviously, they'd be getting paid their hourly rate, but if they are not available, I'm happy to do it.
And one other question, is there, for want of a better term, a way to sort of make the presentation ecumenical, so that you're providing information, but it's not clearly sort of a Bank of America branded activity so that, we're not going to have anybody potentially saying, well, why did you choose B of A instead of Wells Fargo or Chase or, Citi or?
Yeah, that'd be fine. The program is called Better Money Habits, and it is Bank of America branded, but Wells Fargo also has their own, and every other bank has their own. So we could just call it Better Money Habits, and truly, it's just better money habits. So yeah, that's fine. The premise is not to gain any customers. It's truly informational.
Yeah, just to gain some knowledge.
Yeah.
Especially for, kids nowadays, we are in the digital age and, they know how to use those phones and those iPads and tap that, I mean, not in that sense, okay, but yes, now they're getting jobs at an early age and, it would help them a lot to learn how to manage their finances, Well, so you never know. There you go.
So you were asking me about my schedule. Do you have any suggestions?
Potential dates? Yes, I do. I'm looking at my schedule right now. So I was thinking third week of June works well for me. Potentially Tuesday through Thursday. So 20, 21st, 22nd.
And do you have a time? Or Jayla, is there a time you'd suggest? Or?
Yeah, whatever is more traffic inside I mean, I would say after school because the audience is teens.
Yeah, they'll be out of.
Oh no, they'll be out of school. I'm just kidding.
But
Yeah,
afternoon is.
afternoon
typically
is better. Yeah, I don't know that. Many folks are coming at like 10 o'clock in the morning. They probably do though. They do. Yeah.
But not young people.
Of those three dates, Tuesday's the best for me. Wednesday's not possible. Thursday, later in the afternoon would be okay too.
Tuesday we have our meeting. So would we be able to? Would it be a longer day for us? Would that be too much, or would you prefer to?
That's fine with me.
Yeah, and then we all head back over here, or
Yeah.
like 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. That way it's fresh
Yeah.
still.
and then
know.
we can
You're right.
debrief.
Right.
We can debrief.
Debrief and assess everything. And that would. I'm very for that.
So I possibly can't do that early due to job commitments.
Okay.
I could try and come, but it's our end of quarter and I work on a contracts team, so
You ruined
it's
it.
kind of play it by ear.
Yeah, that's a potential date. We could also do. What time do you get out of work?
If it's earlier, like say we did July, I can be out by 4:30, possibly earlier. Just end of June, there's no way.
Okay, because you guys
It's our
are very busy.
It's our quarterly end.
No, I
so,
understand.
like, most of my schedule's pretty open. I don't know if any bit of July, like mid-July, would work for anyone, or early July.
Well, we don't have to have everyone there either.
That's also true, and if, I can always show up a bit later. That's
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So then, let's go ahead and put that date down since that seems to work well for most of us. So June 20th
At 4.
at 4 p.m. Mhm.
And location?
I think we had previously discussed ceremony. Does that work?
The community room or upstairs or?
I think upstairs might be nice.
Upstairs. Yeah.
The community room still has accessibility issues, and no one wanders by, so
No
I
one
think it would be nice. You're in the basement.
Okay.
I think it would be nice to maybe capture people who but appeal to people who maybe weren't even planning to attend. I can create an Outlook invite and send that out tomorrow. Is that? Okay, let's get it on everyone's calendar.
Thank you.
And then, do you want to make a flyer, or would you like us to do that?
I'll see if there's one that we've made already in the past, and I can just change the date. Yeah. Okay, I have it on my calendar. That's great.
Well, thank you for doing that.
You're very welcome. Are we waiting for President Pacheco? Okay.
Well, hopefully he'll be back shortly.
I can't believe it's summer. Summer's coming up. This year is just flying by.
Yeah, it does that.
Well, in Gary's absence, is there anything else to cover on this item?
No.
Okay. Then
Any other questions?
Other questions?
Okay.
Okay, hearing none, let's see, board vacancy. Kayla?
There have been no developments in that area.
Okay. Again, anyone has contact with city council members, people who have appointed us individually, or a member who may have this vacancy, please reach out to them, or him or her, and ask that, they consider appointing, nominating someone for the board so that we can finally return to a full complement. Okay. Sorry, just.
No, it's fine. I apologize for stepping away. So we were talking about the board vacancy, right? And so we are just to review that. That is Dr. Rod's pick.
So, yeah, there's no developments in it, but
Okay, sure. Okay, so next, announcements and communications.
I have a couple. Oh.
No? Okay.
Not a major thing, but as we do every year, it seems like, our Youth Services librarian applied for and received a Lunch at the Library grant, which is part of the larger Lunch at the Library program, as you know. But for us, we're not able to run a lunch site. So what we do with the funds is we partner with lunch sites and kind of add to their programming. So Sarah has gone ahead and contracted with some other performers and contract program providers to kind of enhance some of the Big Lift Inspiring Summers campsites, and this year as well, one of the summer youth recreation sites. So we're excited about that. So that'll be accepted at the next council meeting. And then starting next month, somebody from the Workability Program, which is at Saramani Del Rey, reached out. We've worked with them in the past, and it's a great program for some of the special education students that to get some job on the job training, as it were. As I said, we had a really good experience at at the Westlake branch in the past, and these students happen to be very nearby the Saramani Library, and so they're just over the course of the summer, just once a week for a very short period of time. But hopefully it'll be a really good experience for them. It's always something where we really want to find something that they can do with not a huge amount of training, just because they're not with us that long, but that's interesting to them and a good experience for them, and also benefits the library. So we think we've done that. And then finally, and I'll send out an email as a follow-up, and there's also information on the city's website, but there is going to be the first annual Daly City Children's Day celebration. And this is something that was initiated by a newly formed Daly City Chinese Youth Committee. So this is a group of young people, high school students actually, not just from one high school, from both Westmore and Jefferson, along with a faculty advisor who kind of reached out to the city about this. They, as I mentioned, have a faculty advisor, and they've been working with staff in the city manager's office. I think they were also working with, on council, Dr. Rudd. I've contributed where I can, and of course recreation always, because this is their jam. So it's many hands, and it's going to be on June 3rd, which is a Saturday, at Gellert Park. right there at Gellert Park, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Food, performances, and activities celebrating Chinese American culture. So we're excited. It's something new, and you won't be shocked to hear Victoria also was mentoring them, and they got, as I mentioned, a lot of support from the city manager's office as well. So we're looking forward to it. The library, of course, will have a table, and we'll be providing books for people. And I know recreation will be there, so I'll send out a follow-up with the flyer, and if anyone wants some information, it's on the city's website.
Any comments from the board, from the trustees, or?
Thank you, Shayla.
All right, so next will be the agenda for the next meeting. What do we do there?
I might suggest, since we're going to have just come out of our, Better Finance workshop, that we just do a quick report on that. And, of course, we're carrying forward item 6, collaboration with the Chamber of Commerce and DCPLA.
Okay, so that'll be
Those are
carried
2
over.
items.
Okay.
Would the Little Free Library Subcommittee want to report out, or? I mean, I can check in with you before the meeting to see.
Yeah, I think that might work, but I will be out on vacation for the next 2 weeks, so I might not be able to make I know. I'll be in LA, sorry.
I can reach out and just check
Okay.
if.
That'd be great.
Before I publish, yeah.
Or just book it now for when you return,
Yeah.
and,
Yeah,
jump
we'll
right
just book
in.
it when you return.
If only I had that much time, but yes.
Well,
Okay, so is there any comments from the public? Any public comments? No? Okay, hearing none? No. Okay, so I guess that adjourns the meeting. Okay, I adjourn the meeting on, what was that? At 6:35 on May 16th, right? May 16th, 2023.